Hello and welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. We are back in Grand Trad, but things have changed. People have become a little bit more bloodthirsty, which is not going to be very good for us because, well, they really hate us right now. But before we go to the Hushed Honeybee Inn, we have a couple of things to do. The first is this. Using the street right now might cause another scene. Let's head to the Honeybee. Alright, just wanted to check we are locked into this area. The next thing that I want to do is I want to look at the menu. In fact, I want to look at our archetype, the Prince archetype. Now, why do I want to look at this? Well, I have been told something in the comments. We haven't got any confirmation, but I'm fairly certain it's going to be true. What we have been told is that these abilities that say that they are physical abilities are not actually strength scaling. Or more correctly, they are not exclusively strength scaling. They will in fact use the highest of your strength or magic. That seems weird. This isn't how that's written, and I can see why people would think it's only strength because that's quite clearly how it's written. This is the way it works for this game, and it's the way it works for every other Atlus game. So, yeah, that's kind of weird. But, with the knowledge that it's not the way it works in this game, that's absolutely fine. We can just keep leveling magic. Wonderful. I mean, even if that was how it works, right? I don't think we're going to have an issue, right? I think that we would probably be fine. We would probably just use another ability, like an extreme one that maybe we got via synthesis or something. We'd be able to work our way around it. I think we'd be okay. So, anyway, that's that. Now, to learn more about the archetype, we're actually going to go to Academia, as it was suggested. So, let's go. It's also one of the few times we've done it from this place as well.
Would you look at this?
I sense the power of a new archetype. Do come to speak to me should you want to study it. Alright. Ooh, we got a new thing over here as well. Mystical Scrolls. A magic formula apparently written by the king. It's entitled The Raw Magic, but it's written in a language from the old world, and I can't read it. A mysterious name is written at the end. The true seeker, Alpax.
That reminds me.
Oh, you figured out that the parts that we can't read are written in old world language, right? Were you able to find out anything else?
The truth of the matter is...
Somewhat, yes. However, it raises more questions than it provides answers.
What?
What do you mean? It's all names. The parts written in the old world language aren't part of the spell at all. It's a list of countless names.
Not quite.
Then again, perhaps that's the type of spell it is to begin with.
No way!
Really, kinda creepy if you ask me. Whose names are they anyway? Can't make heads or tails of all this seeker and raw magic business. Perhaps the raw magic isn't the kind of spell we've assumed it is. The floating palace, the way the spell reads the hearts of the people and protects candidates from assassination. Perhaps there are deeper truths beyond the magic's individual aspects. The former king's greatest wish was to guide the kingdom to reform. I assume that's what's written there is the crux of his endeavors to that end.
That's right.
I'm not confident in my ability to decipher any further meaning from it. When, or if you recall anything, I would appreciate it if you'd examine the scroll for me again. Ooh, okay. If we remember anything, examine the scroll. Prince. From time immemorial, there have been heroes who were born into greatness, rather than achieving it solely by their deeds. The one who embodies the virtues of all heroes, standing magnanimously above them. There is no need to name him, for he has been called this since antiquity. Prince. Does this archetype truly exist? What powers does it hold? What other truths are behind this mystic force have been lost to time? But much will be expected of this royal hero. He must protect the people's livelihoods and the safety of the country with his life. This cannot be accomplished alone. True strength comes from knowing one's allies well enough to combine their strengths in battle. Let no prince forget this truth.
Incredible.
So this archetype can use almighty attacks as well as wield a variety of weapons and magic. It also pairs well with the other archetypes to use a wide range of synthesis attacks. Alright, and that's everything back here. And then, hello.
Oh,
Well, well, I see the number of archetypes you've studied has grown. I am very pleased. My own research is coming along quite nicely thanks to you. It's not much, but please take this as a token of my thanks.
I've been waiting.
I've been waiting, Graham. There's something I wanted to point out to you. You have awakened the Prince archetype. The power within your way of life has influenced even your allies, and now signs of a power beyond imagination present themselves. It is the power of a true hero, one who shares and supports the perspective of the sovereign. Such is a royal archetype. I hope you'll let me witness its power come to fruition. Royal archetypes. That's got an S at the end. In response to the protagonist's true awakening, his allies can now study royal archetypes. The requirements for royal archetypes are difficult, but they are powerful archetypes unique to each ally.
Welcome.
Huh. Before we do that, I just want to briefly check something. Actually, can I do it? Yeah, there we go. Is it Wayward No, it's not Wayward Shepherd. It is Moore's Task. An elite archetype to rank 20. Is an elite the same as a royal? It says elite archetype. But is that royal or... I don't really know what that means. But okay. Sorry, I just wanted to check that again. Study archetypes? Don't know why I decided to come in here, but I'm assuming Stroll can now get his archetype? Or at least I should be able to see it. Unknown. Yes, that's an unknown gunner archetype. Samurai. Oh, it's at the top. Top middle, same spot. Royal warrior. Study requirements are question marks. He needs samurai at 20. So he needs this one at 20 and an unknown one. Well, this is the only unknown one we can see. Well, this one potentially, right? But it could also be the one that's past general. Let me check Hulkenberg. Yeah, it could be this one as well. It could be commander. We know everything that Hulkenberg needs for Royal Knight. Paladin, Dark Knight, Elemental Master. Actually, before I do that, let me just have a look at this. So, you get Vorpal Blade, extreme physical slash damage, decreasing attack. That's previously a synthesis only one. Unwavering Blade, Concentrate. That's going to bug me. The reason that's going to bug me is Concentrate in the other games is used for magic attacks. In fact, I think it's used in this game for magic attacks. But his Concentrate raises his attack. Huh. Anyway. Evasion. Increase base attack power by 50%. Yeah. Physical slash attack, slash damage to all enemies. If wielded defeats an enemy with a physical attack, no turn icon is lost. Ooh. Then you got severe slash. It adds a turn icon and a killing blow. That's why it's only severe. Phantom Swordsman, which again adds turn icon. Deals severe physical slash damage to all enemies. May inflict charm. Huh. Now remember that all of these can be activated as long as we have the Prince, because it says the ally needs to be Warrior, Brawler, or Berserker, but that's not true. They don't need to be that. They need to be, like, it needs to be those or us. Although, actually, it said that it's not in here, though, right? No, it's not something... Oh, no, there it is. No, that's not it. Okay, let me head out of here for a second. I want to head back to the tutorial for this. It's the only place we've seen it. Is it Royal Archetypes? Nope. Yeah, I don't actually know what... Yeah, I don't know what let you have extra synthesis stuff. It told us about it. Yeah. Alright. No idea. But yeah, I know that our Royal Archetype can have extra... can act as synthesis for anything. I just don't know where that's written. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, let's ignore the tutorial section. But I was wondering whether that's all Royal Archetypes or whether that's only ours. I guess the way to test would be to switch off of ours and then just try it with any other once we get one. But anyway, the reason why I was doing that is I was like, wait, I wonder whether, yeah, if we switched, whether you could use another Royal Archetype to still fulfill these. Anyway, I don't know if we're ever going to switch, but that's fine. Hulkenberg, Royal Knight. So hers is actually very achievable. So she needs Dark Knight and Paladin. Oh, but she also needs Elemental Master. I mean, she needs Wizard at 20, although that's only 10 ranks away. Yeah. So she gets Holy Knight's Protection, which is the taunt. Instant Recovery. Ensures status ailments are automatically cured in 1 turn. Medium Physical Damage. What is this? Heavy Pierce. Alright, hers is not as impressive. Raises a barrier that nullifies 1 non-almighty attack for 1 ally. That's pretty good. Pierce attacks, 15% chance of repelling, adds 1 turn icon after a proclamation skill is used. Ah, well that's pretty good. Because that means you could use this, or you could use this and it not take a turn. In fact, not only does it not take a turn, it also cycles the turn order, like, quicker. So you're getting back to people faster than, like, you could potentially... Yeah, if you use this right, I think you could end up with more than 2 turns for a single person. Which is interesting in a single turn. Raises a barrier that nullifies 1 non-almighty attack for all allies. Costs a ton of MP, but definitely good. In fact, I think one of the main benefits of this is that you can effectively say, actually, I just need a turn. I need a turn to reset, maybe to apply a buff, maybe to heal. That's very good. Severe physical light damage to all enemies decreases their attack, defense, hit, and evasion for 3 turns. Yeah, that's pretty good as well, and Imperialist Shadow is the same. Huh. Yeah, those are pretty good. Also, the thing to remember, that's not 100 MP. This doesn't cost 100, it costs 200. Because it costs 100 from both allies. So, yeah, that's a significant amount of MP for that. Haizame, Royal Thief. So you need Ninja plus 2 unknowns. Huh. I have to assume that this is maybe one of his unknowns, right? Because I think for one of these, he needed this. So that might be an unknown. I mean, he has 2 unknowns. Huh. I don't even know what we would get for him here. I mean, it could be this one. In fact, it's probably this one, right? Yeah, it's probably this one. And then... maybe that one? Alright, what does Royal Thief give you? Adamant Nightblade. Yeah. Weak physical slash damage. I mean, it does absorb MP, but weak? Anyway. Nullifies 1 slash, pierce, or strike attack for the caster. For only 5 MP. Very nice. When attacked, halves attacking enemies hit rate. Although, actually, I think, didn't we get that in here? Not that one, the quick change. Yeah, we did. Okay. But yeah, very good against AoE. Plunder. High chance of stealing a rare item from one enemy. Higher agility equals higher success rate. So that's an upgraded steal. Haste slower. Greatly increases the wielder's hit and evasion at the start of battle. Heavy physical slash damage to all enemies may 1-hit kill. Although I don't really know what... We've never really seen 1-hit kill work, but that's because I guess we generally don't use them in against trash. And depletes all of an enemy's turn icons if their attack is dodged. That's incredible. God Killer, which we've seen before. Blood Rain Twin Ninpo. and then Phantom Tracer. So it does appear like the other ones are not quite as good as Prince, which is probably to be expected, but yeah. They definitely don't seem like they have the same oomph. But, still worth having. So for yours... Oh, did we finish Juna's? We did, right? Now I'm starting to question things. Followers. Yeah, we finished Juna's. So she should be the last one that we can see, in theory.
What now?
Right, anyway, Juna. So she needs Persona Master, which makes sense. And then she's got a question mark. I think it has to be Faker, right? Because her other one was needing Faker as well, so that would make the most sense to me. The other ones, it's not going to be the Berserker upgrade, and it's not going to be this upgrade. Yeah, Berserker upgrade could actually be one for, like, Stroll or something. Yeah. Okay. So Royal Mass Dancer. Ruins Flamethrower. Heavy fire damage to all enemies. Hellfire Dance, Blue Ice Dance. Magic Surge increases magic attack. Prevents turn icon loss when enemy is defeated using fire, ice, electric, wind, light, dark, or almighty magic. That's very nice. Also, I'm assuming that she can use the Persona masks because she has barely any abilities. Masquerade Charge increases physical attack, except it doesn't. It just gives you the charge effect. And then Dance Macabre, high chance of one hit killing all enemies. In case I haven't said it in this series, there is a difference, and I've looked this up before because I've heard Americans saying this word at the end. So Americans say macabre, British say macabre, and then French say another thing, which is kind of neither of the above, but closer to British. So, yeah. It's a word that has just been said differently everywhere. So, yeah. I'm going to stick with the way that I remembered, but it's weird. So we have hers here as well. Ooh, we can see more of what it can do. Summon Fairy Modified. Modified's an interesting word in there. Huh. Wonder what modified means. And then Berserker. Okay. Okay. We'll come back to these later. We'll read those later. But Berserker, that's actually, you know what, it is interesting to look at the requirements. So hers needs Devil Summoner and Soul Hacker. So you need to get this one to max, and then Soul Hacker is... Wait. Where was Soul Hacker? Oh, Soul Hacker's here. Yeah, so she has... We were already working towards both of those for her anyway. So, that's fine. Hers is actually incredibly easy to get. Comparatively, hers is simple. Yeah. And then his needs Martial Artist, and then I have to assume his other one is his main one as well. So he has to get all the way down there, so he hasn't even started Brawler yet. Yeah, so his would be Brawler. I'm still trying to think of what the other ones would be then. So yours... Those. So his missing one might be this. It might be down the Commander General path. I think that makes a lot of sense for him. Maze? Your missing one I gotta feel is Faker. Or... Oh no, your missing one has to be Neurasis. Because... Juna's has to be Faker. Yeah, because Juna's has to be Faker. Yours is done, and then yours is there. Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. And then nobody uses Brigitte's, which would also make perfect sense to me, I think. Yeah. I think that would make... Because nobody else is... Like, nobody's merchants based. Yeah. That definitely seems like a player one, because about all the money... Because it gives you a ton of money. Anyway. We've kind of worked out what we need. We don't know if we have any dungeons yet. I kind of assume we will at some point, but that I imagine will be useful for leveling things. Alright. I want to save, but we haven't really done anything. Listen, like, if we wanted to repeat what we've done, all we do is walk in here and press 2 buttons.
You'll come again.
But, yeah. Cool, I'm happy we went in here. Now, I'm going to test something. How far does it let me go?
Hey.
Okay. So, just working out the borders of our world. Hello.
Closer.
It's absurd. What can I even do? One guard can't hold back a riot. Right, Your Highness, Prince. That's what you are, aren't you? Then you're responsible for this too. It's not me that should be up in these blasted gallows. You should be putting this country back to its right senses. You hear me?
So irreverent.
Hello. Now is the age of power. It is time for the righteous to serve up a reckoning. The dead man is only the beginning. Those accursed nobles hoarding the money that's rightfully ours. Their very existence is a sin. Drag every last one of them out here, I say. Yeah, kill all the nobles. It's too late to help these victims. I think that's what she says as a generic line for the gallows. I don't think that's unique to this one. Nothing left to say. Poxy swine. That's what you get for selling out your own tribesfolk. Oh no, this is the person who was hanging people. I thought that was the person in the center previously, but I guess that's just a noble. Yeah. I guess that's a noble, because this is definitely what the person who was in charge of the hangings was wearing previously. Hello. Even with the city in such a state, this man refuses to budge. I feel like I've seen more and more of him too. What a mess. To be honest, I half understand how he feels. The town's in complete chaos. Sometimes I even want to give up on even I want to just give up on everything. Yeah, we've still got these guys. We're still not entirely sure what's going on with them. Like, we have some vague ideas, but we're not sure.
It's terrible.
Being executed is bad enough, but having no one left to grieve for you after dying is just tragic. Join the powerful, Luis, champion of a new world order. Think we'll let you run this country into the ground? Well, think again. I know, I'm shouting at a poster. There's no way this guy is going to take the throne. It's got to be you, Graham. What I also love is that although we went to the village, right, the Elden village, Graham and the party does not know that Luis isn't a Tlamar. The only people who know that, well, the only person who knows that is the ghost of the king. Also, I love that Luis the entire time was just wearing a headband with some horns on it. Go to hell, vile human prince. Man, Luis really got everyone riled up, but that's fine, right? What's important is that we don't break over this. Just want to check over here. Alright. Now I've checked over here, we're going to work our way back along this way. And then head in this way. Every bloke on the block's gone crazy. Is this Luis's fault, or is it yours? Nah, it doesn't matter. People are fighting each other on their own. Total rubbish to a lot of them. Fighting in a city that's poor enough as it is. Stealing from each other. What's the point? The reason, by the way, I went round the whole way is in case there was like a cutscene trigger or something. I just wanted to make sure we got the dialogue. This is just an odd scene. There's nothing to like interact with, but there's just a rat, a dog with a collar that kind of clips into its neck, and then this very unfortunate fellow. But no, nothing that we can get from that. Mustari also is not here anymore. The one who was just back there.
Luis is the only one left.
Oh, hello, fairy.
Excuse me?
Hey, you! Are you the one in this drawing? I knew it. You are. You're famous then. You know how crazy the world is now, Mr. Famous Person. From where it's to what's it's, everything's gone weird. Really, just flying around out there makes me feel gross and sick. But this place feels better. So, Mr. Famous, can you do something about this awful sky? Yep, I've decided I'm going to leave this problem to you people folk, but I think I'll stay put for a while. I'll watch over you from here, okay? We help anyone in trouble, endorsed by the Honeybee Inn.
What's this?
Did Marie and the others put this up for us? Wow, that really puts the wind in your sails, doesn't it? May not be the favourites, but there's people out there who support us. You best take that to heart. Yeah, it's the same dialogue as before. It's kind of weird. Hello.
Let's move.
We've cleared everyone out. Let us hurry inside.
Smash it all to bits.
Let's go.
Everyone, I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Since you left, Luisa's following has only grown.
Have you changed. You're still the same person, aren't you?
'Tis quite a story, but it deserves explaining. I only hope you can believe us.
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff. But under the deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince. Is that right?
Yes and no.
Still, I mean, how do you get the whole country to believe your story? Is that even possible?
Frankly, I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
Then what will you do? If this goes on...
But you're still you, yes? You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
That's right.
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out fine.
Good.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head-on?
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Hard luck for the honest knight. And not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition. Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky. You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural. It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
You're implying it's Luis's doing? All the eeriness in the sky. Is that because...
Don't know, but the change in the citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
What Luis is doing in the Royal Palace, whether or not he truly desires a world overrun by humans, we won't know his mind until we confront him. I suppose if he's increasing anxiety across the country, then that would, in theory, turn everyone into humans, eventually. Because anxiety would cause an increase in magic, which would then cause unstable magic, which could then cause humans. But, I don't know. I still don't know if this is his real objective.
On the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
We have no other choice.
Trap or not, we have no other choice.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, you're the only ones who can. And we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Indeed. If you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you. It'd be nice to see her smile again.
Right.
If Luis is behind all these disturbances, then stopping him will only help us in the approval ratings. If we can restore civility and rational thought, it will pave the way to defeating Luis. We must press on with faith in that.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you really will be king.
We're counting on you, O king.
'Tis too late today for a grand charge, I fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow, we make for the castle.
Okay.
What to pick?
I played enough Atlus games to know the formula. We're going to go to the castle, there's going to be a problem, then we're going to have X amount of time on the calendar to solve it. I'm well aware of what's going to happen here. Or maybe something completely different is going to happen, because we are well off the rails at this point. Hello. Who would have believed that you were His Highness, the actual prince? I apologize for the less than royal accommodations, but try to have a good rest regardless. Oh, I still have auto on, I guess. I don't really want to be around the people outside because they're so weird lately. The people in here feel nice and warm now. I wonder why. It's like there's this optimism in here. It's gotten stronger since you came in, actually. I can feel people's hearts unwinding. Pretty amazing. What kind of magic is this? Or is that? I wish people outside were like this. And just like that, they were gone.
Oh, it's Mister.
No matter what happens, you're still you to me, mister. I'm going to keep cheering you on forever. No matter what I say, the people of Grand Trad are going to look down on you. It's times like these where your actions will speak louder than words. When they see you stand up to Luis, it'll be plain who's in the right. There's something foul in the air in Grand Trad. Everyone seems so anxious. Those who oppose us do so with fervor, but there are also those who believe in us. We must press on.
Oh, hell.
Everyone is filled with much anxiety. Now they don't know what to do. With so much anxiety, now they don't know what to do. Public sentiment is very volatile at times like this. There is still a way to win. It's so different from when you were last in Grand Trad. Everyone's staring at you with such disdain in their eyes. We must remember that you've still got people on your side, Grim. Let's just do what we can. Alright, so we got these ones here. No Hulkenberg, but she could be outside. I know I can't go outside, but thought I'd check. Also no Basilio. He must be in the room.
Your Highness.
Oh, and no Heisme. Yes, they'll both be in the room. And so His Highness returns to the royal capital in triumph and glory. In truth, I'd have liked him back with a grand feast. Ah, well, the day shall come when people too celebrate you in grand fashion. My spear is ever ready to ensure that day comes. You know, I feel like her storyline definitely works better finishing her, like, level 8 before you do this. I feel like if her level 8 had happened after we'd become the prince, it wouldn't have felt as right. Alright, Maria's room? It's Maria's room. I shouldn't go in without permission. Guest room? It's a room Hulkenberg and the others are using.
Hold there.
Friends we may be, yet I would hope you'd seek permission before entering one's private quarters. Yes, he said that before. Bedroom? Hello.
Honestly.
First you were Luis's subordinate, then a false prince. Now you have awakened as His True Highness. None have walked so strange a path as you, and after all of this, you still mean to be king.
Come on.
Some turnaround, eh? Last time you were here, people were falling over themselves to welcome you. Now, the only thing I see is fear in their eyes is fear. Damn it, people. Even if Grem turned into a monster, Luis is the one making him. That's a fair bit scarier if you ask me. I can hear how active the city is beyond the closed shutters. I wish I could plug my ears. Well, now it is time for bed. The bed is bigger and softer than the bunks in the Gauntlet Runner. Maybe it's time to call it a night. Let's rest.
Good night.
Rest well.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 31 days remain.
Oh, that's new dialogue.
To all the people who dwell in this land.
Ooh.
This voice?
Soon, naught but 1 month will remain. On the dawn of the day of the hero, the one who has inspired the greatest faith of the people shalt inherit the kingdom. I bid thee forget not these words.
Wasn't expecting to wake up to such a spectacle, but I suppose that confirms it. This is where it ends.
Luis has already fortified himself behind the palace walls. Good thing we've got a Skyrunner, or it'd already be over for us.
Or perhaps it is us he has been waiting for all this time.
However disturbing the world looks now, 'tis only a prelude to the deadland Luis strives for.
Sky looks proper hellish already. And with all the humans out there, it's no wonder everyone's losing their grip.
Well, he wanted a fair world where strength decides everything. Funny how that's indistinguishable from absolute chaos.
But it's Luis who has the most support right now. And that wasn't born of deception. He broke the nation's order, and everyone knows it.
Sure enough. That's what got Ardell and I dreaming to begin with. Figured a world where the poor and weak get trampled on was a world worth breaking. Come to think of it, what do we all stand for, really?
Maybe hope?
Maybe hope.
A little broad, don't you think? I don't really know what everyone's talking about, but everyone who's seen you and your friends say you're amazing. You make them really, really happy. Because, you know, you've got all the tribes in your team. Everyone's different, but you keep working together and doing great. You're so cool.
A fair point. You're quite right, Maria. It is a hard thing to word, so forgive my fumbling. But perhaps it is a matter of standing for something Luis does not believe exists. We must prove that it does.
If you keep on believing in what you want, and you keep on working hard for it, it will come true.
That's right, love. I can think of plenty of people who would be much happier if they took a page from your book.
I see now. This is surely the essence of true magic.
Best of luck, Your Highness. After all those speeches about taking the throne, it'll be awfully irresponsible to go dying on us now.
If Luis claims victory, everyone will be sacrificed in his wake. We have to prevent that from happening. Whatever Luis is doing in the Royal Palace has to be stopped as soon as possible. It's up to us to do it.
Right, thank you.
Well, we'd best keep an eye on the calendar. The King's deadline was the dawn of the Day of the Hero, so we've got until the day before. And that won't be the end of things either. Even if people come to their senses, it would amount to nothing if Luis sits upon the throne. Personally, I think we should prioritize our main objective here. I'm sure we'd get it done, but we have to make sure we have at least one day to spare before the Day of the Hero.
We've got a few days left, so it's up to you how we spend them. When we set off, let's do it with no regrets.
Okay. So when you set off, it's the point of no return, or...?
So Luis is hiding in the floating royal palace here. We have to stop him. I won't accept King Luis. That's... Here's where we are now. That's...
So I can back off of that? Yeah. Okay.
Let's put an end to this.
Oh. Head to the royal palace in the sky to save the world from being driven into madness by Luis. The man with his ruinous aspirations for the future must not succeed to the throne. Oh. A mission with a deadline has begun. To challenge the airborne palace, depart from the round table in the Gauntlet Runner. Due to magma disturbances throughout the kingdom, the entire country is experiencing dread weather. It wasn't bad enough because of inclement weather called blight. So dread and inclement are different. Okay, so if it's dreaded, that's not inclement weather. The abilities of your followers and their support will be indispensable when it comes to surpassing Luis and being crowned new king. Use this time to ensure you'll have no regrets when you depart. Prevent Luis's destructive vision and rescue the kingdom's future before the Day of the Hero arrives. The Royal Palace. You need to be absolutely sure that you're ready for anything before we head in. The place has definitely changed from the last time you were there.
Smash it all to bits!
Okay. So, here's how I'm reading this. This is the point of no return. As in, if you go to the palace, that is the point of no return. So until then, you can do whatever else you want. Ideally, presumably, yes, doing your follower stuff. Okay. Are there any new dungeons? Well, I guess we'd have to run around and talk to everyone to find out, right? Yeah, we're going to have to run around and talk to everyone to find out. I'm assuming we can go other places as well.
Where to?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we go everywhere. Presumably then we can go to dungeons for things. We know we already have one dungeon with Yufa that we need to do. So I was trying to say we could try and half work out what we need to do up until the end, but we can't really do that till we know all the things that we need to do. But we have until this day, which is 25 days, I think it said, right? That'll be in requests. Also, not a level 10 quest. Oh no, we have 30 days left, which is the 25th. Okay, that makes more sense. So we need to do this one, and this one. This we still need to do, which means we need to go to another dungeon to do this. So there must be another dungeon somewhere, because we have to do this. Uh-huh. Yeah. Although that might just be us... Wait, maybe that's just handing it in? No. So there has to be at least one other dungeon, if not two, for him. You first we have to do a dungeon. Basilio, Maria, Alonso, Barden. And Brigitte we still don't know about. We also, I assume, need to raise our royal virtues in order to be able to finish all of these things. So let's assume it takes 2 days for each royal virtue. So it's 6 days off of that. Actually, we have 30 sessions as well. That's important to remember. We don't have... we don't have 30 days with 60 sessions because we have day and night. So let's say 6 of those are raising our stats. So that'll put us to 54. We then need to do 2 of those. So that's 2 days. So that's 52. That's another 5 of those. So that puts us down to 47. This will be... Well, let's just say 2 for now. So 45. That's going to be 3. So we're down to 42. 3, we're down to 39. 4, we're down to 35. That's going to be 1. So that'll put us down to 34, and that won't use time. So yeah. In theory, we have about a 30 session gap. We can almost finish it all if it was all days. Actually, we could finish it all if it was all days as well. That's not bad. That's achievable. At least in terms of getting all the follower stuff done. We're going to have extra time, which is definitely good to know. Now, I don't know whether we're going to have any... I don't know whether we're going to have a lot of dungeons to do. I don't know how many of those we're going to have to do or how much other stuff, but I think we're actually pretty well set, now knowing the requirements. I'm also assuming, based upon how it's phrasing things, that we should stall this as long as possible, because this is the point of no return. That's what I think. At least that's how it's described itself to us so far. It might not be, but I think that's correct. Also very weird that it had you on the map and you could have just clicked confirm and then gone there immediately. I don't know, maybe it blocks you if you've not got all the royal virtues or something. That's my only thought for why that wouldn't be incredibly weird, but yeah, cool. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to end the episode here, and then next time we're going to talk to
Where to?
everyone in the day, and we're going to talk to everybody in the night. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.